Hola! Hello, welcome to our Spanish lesson today. You're going to need some equipment to help you with your learning today. You'll need some paper to write on and a pen or a pencil to write with. So if you don't have those things in front of you now, pause the video, pop and get them, and then press play when you're ready to continue. Today, we're going to be practicing saying some members of the family. We're also going to be practicing saying the names and ages of those members of the family. Let's have a practice first of all of the family words that we already know. Escuchad y repetid. Mi madre, mi padre, mi abuelo, mi abuela, mi hermano, mi hermana, mi madre, mi padre, mi abuelo, mi abuela, mi hermano, mi hermana, mi madre, mi padre, mi abuelo, mi abuela, mi hermano, mi hermana. And do you remember seeing those people on the family tree? Remember, we talked about how family trees work. You have the oldest people at the top and the youngest people at the bottom. If you're joined by a horizontal line, that means that those people are brothers and sisters. A vertical line goes up to their mums and dads. So we've got all the different people labeled here. And of course, we know that to say is called is se llama. So, how would you say, my mother is called Marisa? My mother is called Marisa. Mi madre se llama Marisa. How would you say, my brother is called Hugo? Mi hermano se llama Hugo. And how would you say, my grandmother is called Maria? Mi abuela se llama Maria. We also used the youngest people in the family, didn't we, to have a look at ages. We found out that Ines is 8 and Hugo is 6. We already know how to say our own age. Tengo 9 años. I am 9 years old. Or really, I have 9 years. But we can't use exactly the same words to talk about somebody else. We need to change tengo to tiene for he or she has. And of course, if it's Ines, we're going to change the number to ocho, but we still need años on the end. So we're not going to use tengo this time because that's talking about ourselves. We're going to change to tiene. To make it clearer as well, we can put the name on the front. Ines tiene 8 años. So we can say Ines tiene 8 años. Hugo tiene 6 años. Here's all the family words that we learned to start off with. We're going to focus in on just 3 of those pairs today. So here are those pairs. Let's have a practice of saying those. Escuchad y repetid. Mi hermano, mi hermano, mi primo, mi primo, mi amigo, mi amigo, mi hermana, mi hermana, mi prima, mi prima, mi amiga, mi amiga, mi hermano, mi primo, mi amigo, mi hermana, mi prima, mi amiga. Now, have you ever used an ink pen like this one? I used to have to use pens like this when I was at school, but they got very messy and they tended to leak quite a lot. I think we're going to find some ink blots on our work. Oh, which family word is missing? Which family word is being covered up by the ink blot? It's the word for a cousin who's a boy. Can you work it out? Mi primo. Uh-oh, another ink blot. It's covering up the word for sister. How do we say my sister? Mi hermana. Oh dear, what's the ink covering up now? It's the word for a friend who's a girl, isn't it? How do we say that? Mi amiga. Mi amiga. Oh dear, this time the ink blot's covering up the word for my brother. How do we say my brother? Mi hermano. Mi hermano. Oh dear, how do we say my cousin when your cousin is a girl? That's right, mi prima. Mi prima. Oh, and how do you say my friend when your friend is a boy? Mi amigo. Mi amigo. Well done. Were you using the masculine ones to help you with the feminine and the feminine ones to help you with the masculine? It's easy, really, isn't it? Now, here we have a crossword, and it has all of those words in it. Now, we're going to start off with one across. One across starts at the top there and goes across the top. And one across is brother. What's the word for brother that we need to put in there? That's right, hermano. Hermano. So two down says friend who is a girl. What's the word for friend when that friend is a girl? That's right, amiga. Let's put amiga in. There we are, amiga. Let's try three across now because look, amiga has given us the third letter of three across. And three across, the clue says cousin who is a girl. Cousin who is a girl. So what are we going to put into that one? What's the word for cousin when your cousin's a girl? That's right, prima. Prima. Now let's have a look at one down because we've got the first letter, haven't we, of one down. One down says sister. What's the word for sister that we need to put into there? That's right, it's going to be hermana, isn't it? Because brother is hermano. So sister, hermana. And now five across. That's a very short word, isn't it? But we've got one of the letters. Five across says my. What's the word for my? You've got it. It's me. Now we've got two left, haven't we? Let's do four down. So four down, the clue says friend when the friend is a boy. So what word do we need to put in for a friend who is a boy? That's right, amigo, because we've already got amiga for a girlfriend, but a friend who's a boy, amigo. And that just leaves us with six across. Six across, the clue says cousin who is a boy. So what's going to go into six across? That's right, primo. Well done. Do you enjoy doing crosswords? Now, here we have some first names. We're going to be using these first names to help us out. Let's see if we can decide whether these are boys' names or girls' names. So the first one, Gonzalo. Gonzalo. What do you think? Boy's name or girl's name? That's right. It's a boy's name because it ends in O. And the next one is Celia. Celia. Boy's name or girl's name, that one? That's right. It's a girl's name because it ends in A. The next one is Ethan. Ethan. What do you think? Boy's name or girl's name? It might sound like a name that you know. Ethan. That's right, it's a boy's name. It sounds a bit like Ethan, doesn't it? And the next one is Rocio. Rocio. What do you think? Is that a boy's name or a girl's name? This one is a girl's name. It ends in O, but it's actually a girl's name. Rocío means dew, like the dew you get on the grass in the mornings. There are a few Spanish girls' names that end in O. Then on the second side, we start off with Mariluz. Mariluz. What do you think? Boy's name or girl's name? That one is a girl's name because the Mari bit is short for Maria. And how about Lucia? Lucia. Is that a boy's name or a girl's name? That's right, that's a girl's name because it ends in A. And Francisco? Francisco. Is that a boy's name or a girl's name, do you think? That's right, it's a boy's name because it ends in O. And finally, we have Cesar. Cesar. Boy's name or girl's name, do you think? That one is a boy's name. Now, all 8 of those names share a sound. They share the th sound. Sometimes the th is made with a Z, sometimes with a C and an E, and sometimes with a C and an I. Let's have a practice of saying them. Escuchad y repetid. Gonzalo, Gonzalo. Celia, Celia. Ethan, Ethan. Rocío, Rocío. Mariluz, Mariluz. Lucía, Lucía. Francisco, Francisco. César, César. Gonzalo, Celia. Ethan, Rocío. Mariluz, Lucía. Francisco, César. Did you hear that th sound in all of those names? Now, here we have one of those people. Here is Francisco, and he is 8 years old. And he says about himself, Me llamo Francisco, tengo 8 años. Me llamo Francisco, tengo 8 años. My name is Francisco, I am 8 years old. So remember, we use me llamo for my name is. We use tengo when we're saying our own age. Now here is Mariluz. What will she say? How will she say her name? And how will she say her age? Good. Me llamo Mariluz, tengo 9 años. Me llamo Mariluz, tengo 9 años. And here is Rocío. What would Rocío say about her name and her age? Let's see if you're right. Me llamo Rocío, tengo 11 años. Me llamo Rocío, tengo 11 años. And here is César, and he's 7. How would he say his 2 sentences? Have you worked them out? Me llamo César, tengo 7 años. Me llamo César, tengo 7 años. So that's how those 4 people would talk about themselves and tell you their name and tell you their age. Now, what about if we want to talk about them, if they are a member of our family or one of our friends? So, Francisco turns out to be my brother. So, we want to talk about him and say, My brother is called Francisco. He is 8 years old. We can't use me llamo and we can't use tengo because that's what he would use to talk about himself. Let's see how we would do that. Mi hermano se llama Francisco, tiene 8 años. So we put the family word in, my brother, mi hermano, and then we've swapped me llamo for se llama, and we've swapped tengo for tiene. Mi hermano se llama Francisco, tiene 8 años. My brother is called Francisco, he is 8 years old. Ah, here's Mariluth again. Now she is my cousin. So how would you say my cousin is called Mariluth? She is 9 years old. Do you think you might have worked it out? Let's check. Mi prima se llama Mariluz. Tiene 9 años. Why does it have to be prima and not primo? That's right, she's a girl, isn't she? So we would need to say mi prima. Mi prima se llama Mariluz. Tiene 9 años. My cousin is called Mariluz. She is 9 years old. Now here is Rocío again, and she is a friend. So we want to say, my friend is called Rocío. She is 11 years old. So my friend is called Rocío. She is 11 years old. How would we do that? Mi amiga se llama Rocío. Tiene 11 años. Mi amiga se llama Rocío. Tiene 11 años. So my friend, and it has to be amiga, doesn't it, is called Rocío. She is 11 years old. And here is César again, and César is a cousin. So we need to say, my cousin is called César. He is 7 years old. And my cousin is called César. He is 7 years old. How will we do that? Let's have a look. Mi primo se llama César. Tiene 7 años. Mi primo se llama César. Tiene 7 años. So mi primo, because he's a boy, so he has to be primo. Mi primo se llama César. My cousin is called César. Tiene 7 años. He is 7 years old. Now, here we have a sentence builder that has all that information on it. Over on the left-hand side, you can see the masculine family words and the feminine family words down at the bottom. Then, if you follow the arrow, you get to se llama, is called, and then you've got their name. Then follow the arrows again, and we get to the age sentence, tiene. Then you choose your number, and then años on the end, unless that person is 1 year old, in which case we have to say un año, because if there's only one of it, we can't put the S on the end. You can't say 1 years old, 1 year old. So, what I would like you to do, use this sentence builder to write 4 different sentences about 4 different people. The choice is yours. You get to choose the family word, you get to choose the name, you get to choose the age as well. So pause the video, write your 4 sentences, and then press play when you're ready to continue. So these are the ones that I chose. I chose Mi primo se llama Gonzalo, tiene 4 años. Then I chose Mi hermana se llama Lucía, tiene 12 años. My third one was Mi amiga se llama Celia, tiene 8 años. And finally, Mi hermano se llama Ethan, tiene 1 año. Did you get any the same? I bet yours are really good. Well done today. We've been working hard on talking about members of the family and saying their names and their ages. Muy bien. Adios. See you next time.